Welcome to Bug Busters Pest Pulse, where we delve deep into the world of pest control and arm you with the knowledge you need to protect your home and family. In today's episode, we're buzzing with excitement to tackle a topic that could be lurking right outside your doorstep: Carpenter bee damage prevention. As we transition into warmer weather, you might start noticing these large, robust bees hovering around your home's wooden structures. While they may seem harmless at first glance, their presence can signal a deeper issue that could affect the integrity of your home over time. Carpenter bees, often mistaken for their bumblebee cousins due to their similar appearance, have a unique behavior that can turn them into a significant nuisance for homeowners. Unlike bumblebees, which are social insects thriving in colonies, carpenter bees are solitary creatures. They don't build hives. Instead, they drill into wood to create tunnels for their young. This might seem inconspicuous at first, but over time, these activities can lead to severe structural problems for your home. In this episode, we'll explore why these solitary bees can become a formidable problem if left unchecked, causing damage that could lead to costly repairs. We'll unravel how these seemingly innocuous bees choose from their nesting sites, how they excavate wood, and why you're more likely to find them in certain areas around your home. The main objective of today's episode is to equip you with comprehensive insights into carpenter bee behavior, the potential damage they can cause, and most importantly, how you can prevent these industrious insects from turning your home into their personal carpentry project. We aim to leave you with practical strategies that will not only protect your property, but also ensure these bees are deterred from returning. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer understanding of the signs of carpenter bee activity and the steps you can take to safeguard your wooden structures effectively. Did you know that carpenter bees don't actually eat wood? Instead, they excavate it, leaving behind telltale signs like smooth, round entry holes and piles of sawdust. Intrigued? As we progress through the episode, we'll reveal the fascinating details of their nesting habits and the long-term impact they can have if left on their own devices. So, sit back and prepare to become an expert in identifying and preventing carpenter bee damage, ensuring your home remains sound and secure. Whether you're a seasoned homeowner or new to the challenges of property maintenance, this episode is packed with valuable information that will empower you to take control of your pest problems. Let's dive in and uncover the secrets of carpenter bee damage prevention on Bug Busters Pest Pulse. Carpenter bees are fascinating insects that often go unnoticed until they start causing damage to wooden structures. Unlike bumblebees, which are adept at building colonies and reside in hives, carpenter bees lead to a more solitary existence. Understanding their physical characteristics is essential for distinguishing them from their buzzing relatives. Carpenter bees are large, robust insects that can measure up to an inch in length. One defining feature that sets them apart from bumblebees is their shiny, black, hairless abdomens. While bumblebees have hairy, yellow-striped abdomens, the carpenter bee's smooth and glossy lower body makes it easy to identify once you know what to look for. Additionally, these bees have a somewhat menacing appearance due to their substantial size and the loud buzzing sound they produce, which can be quite intimidating despite their generally non-aggressive nature. Their wings are transparent and slightly iridescent, adding to their distinctive look. Understanding these physical traits can help homeowners quickly identify carpenter bees when they see them hovering near wooden structures, allowing for timely preventative actions to be taken. Carpenter bees are solitary creatures, which are quite different from the social structure seen in honeybees or bumblebees. They do not form large colonies or hives, but instead prefer a solitary lifestyle centered around individual nesting habits. The female carpenter bee is quite the architect, using her strong mandibles to drill holes into wood. These entry holes are typically about half an inch in diameter, perfectly round, and can appear as if they were made by a power tool. Once inside, the bee constructs a series of tunnels called galleries, which run parallel to the wood grain. This solitary nesting habit means that while you may see multiple bees around, each one is independently focusing on its own nesting site. Their preference for softwoods like cedar, redwood, pine, and cypress, particularly when the wood is untreated or weathered, often leads them to human structures such as decks, eaves, and porches. This nesting behavior not only highlights their solitary nature, but also underscores the potential for repeated infestations in the same location year after year, as offspring tend to return to their birthplace to start their own nests. Understanding these habits is crucial for implementing effective prevention strategies and mitigating the damage caused by these persistent wood-burrowing insects. Carpenter bees are fascinating creatures, not only because of their physical characteristics, but also due to their unique behavior when it comes to nesting. Unlike some other bee species, carpenter bees do not form large communal hives. Instead, they are solitary insects with a particular affinity for woodwork, quite literally. These bees have an intriguing way of preparing their nests, which involves drilling into wood to create elaborate tunnels. The female carpenter bee is the one responsible for this intricate work. Using her strong mandibles, she meticulously excavates the wood to form a perfectly round entry hole, roughly half an inch in diameter. It's almost as if she possesses a natural precision tool, capable of creating entry points that might be mistaken for having been crafted by a human with a drill. Once inside, she doesn't simply create a straight path. Instead, she turns at a right angle and begins to hollow out a tunnel, also known as a gallery, which runs parallel to the wood grain. This gallery isn't just a random passageway, but is thoughtfully divided into separate chambers. In each chamber, she lays an egg, accompanied by a ball of pollen, which serves as the initial food source for the larva once it hatches. This meticulous process highlights the carpenter bee's instinctual drive to provide a secure and nourishing environment for its young, ensuring the survival of the next generation. However, while this behavior is fascinating from a biological standpoint, it poses significant challenges for homeowners. Carpenter bees exhibit a marked preference for certain types of wood, which can exacerbate their impact on human structures. These bees are particularly drawn to softer woods such as cedar, redwood, pine, and cypress. Their preference is even more pronounced when the wood is untreated, unpainted, or weathered, making it easier for them to chew through and create their nests. The choice of wood is crucial because it determines the ease with which the bees can excavate and the likelihood of successful nesting. Untreated and weathered timber provides less resistance, allowing the bees to penetrate and form their galleries with minimal effort. This natural preference for certain woods means that outdoor structures like decks, fascia boards, and wooden eaves often become prime targets if they are not adequately protected. Over time, the presence of carpenter bees can lead to significant damage, especially if multiple bees choose the same site year after year, expanding existing tunnels or creating new ones nearby. This can compromise the structural integrity of the wood, leading to costly repairs and potential safety hazards. The repetitive nature of the damage, combined with the bees' preference for specific wood types, underscores the importance of proactive measures to protect vulnerable structures from these industrious insects. Understanding the nuances of carpenter bee behavior and their wood preferences is essential for developing effective strategies to mitigate their impact and preserve the integrity of wooden structures. Carpenter bee infestations can be a hidden threat to your home, often going unnoticed until significant damage is already done. Identifying the signs of their presence early is key to preventing extensive and costly repairs. One of the most telling indicators of carpenter bee activity is the presence of perfectly round holes in your wood structures. These entry points are typically about half an inch in diameter and look as though they were drilled with a precision tool. They are usually found on the underside of wooden beams, fascia boards, or ledges where the bees have excavated from the wood to create tunnels. This excavation is not a process of consumption, but rather one of construction, as the female carpenter bee meticulously scrapes away the timber to form a haven for her eggs. Over time, a few of these neat, round holes can multiply into a complex network of tunnels, severely compromising the structural integrity of the wood. In addition to these entry holes, you might also notice small piles of coarse sawdust known as frass accumulating beneath them. Since carpenter bees do not consume the wood, this debris is a byproduct of their tunneling efforts, left behind as they hollow out their galleries. The presence of these sawdust piles is a clear sign that bees have been actively working within your wood, and it signals the need for immediate attention to prevent further damage. Beyond these primary indicators, there are secondary signs that can also suggest carpenter bee activity around your home. One of these is the appearance of yellowish or brownish stains on the wood, typically found just below the entry holes. These stains are left by the bees as they move in and out of their tunnels, marking their passage with excrement. While these marks may seem minor, they are a telltale sign of a thriving bee population within your wood structures. Another secondary indicator is an increase in woodpecker activity. Woodpeckers are natural predators of carpenter bee larvae and are often drawn to the sound of buzzing within the wood. If you notice woodpeckers pecking persistently at your fascia boards or deck rails, it could mean that they are hunting the larvae hidden inside. Unfortunately, the damage caused by a determined woodpecker can be even more severe than the original bee tunnels, as these birds may tear apart large sections of wood in their search for food. Observing these signs can help you catch an infestation early, allowing you to take preventative measures before the problem escalates. Understanding and recognizing these warning signs not only aids in protecting your home from immediate damage, but also helps maintain the long-term structural health of your property. With vigilance and timely intervention, the threat posed by carpenter bees can be effectively managed, preserving the beauty and stability of your wooden structures for years to come. Carpenter bees, while fascinating in their ecological niche, can pose serious long-term risks to your property if their presence is left unchecked. Over time, repeated infestations by these industrious insects can lead to significant structural weaknesses in wooden elements of your home. This is largely due to their nesting behavior, which involves boring into wood to create tunnels for their eggs. Each year, new generations of carpenter bees may return to the same location, expanding their galleries or creating entirely new ones adjacent to the old. This persistent drilling and tunneling slowly but surely hollow out sections of timber, undermining its integrity. What might start as a few small, seemingly innocuous holes can evolve into extensive networks that severely compromise the wood's ability to bear weight. As these tunnels grow and multiply, the structural components of your home, such as beams, eaves, and siding, may become significantly weakened. This can lead to sagging, cracking, or even catastrophic failure under heavy loads or stress. The problem is compounded by the fact that carpenter bees exhibit a high degree of site fidelity, meaning they are likely to return to and further damage the same areas season after season, exacerbating the deterioration and increasing repair costs. In addition to the direct physical damage caused by carpenter bees, there's also the insidious risk of moisture infiltration and subsequent wood rot. Every hole drilled by a carpenter bee serves as an entry point for the elements, allowing rainwater and humidity to penetrate deep into the wood. This moisture is especially problematic because it creates an ideal environment for wood decay fungi to thrive. Once these fungi take hold, they can rapidly accelerate the decomposition of the wood from the inside out, leading to a softening of the material that further undermines its structural capacity. The presence of moisture and rot not only exacerbates the physical damage caused by the bees themselves, but also opens the possibility of secondary infestations by other pests, such as termites, which are attracted to damp, weakened wood. Over time, the combination of carpenter bee activity and the resulting moisture damage can lead to extensive and costly repairs, as entire sections of wood may need to be replaced to restore the structural soundness of your home. This highlights the importance of early detection and intervention to prevent carpenter bee damage before it progresses to a stage where it poses serious threats to the safety and durability of your property. Addressing these issues promptly and effectively can save homeowners from the compounded effects of structural damage and decay, preserving the integrity and value of their homes in the long term. Carpenter bees can be a real nuisance for homeowners, especially when they decide to make your wooden structures their nesting grounds. However, there are several effective strategies you can employ to prevent these industrious insects from causing damage to your property. One of the primary methods to deter carpenter bees is to protect the wood surfaces around your home by applying a thick coat of paint or varnish. Carpenter bees have a marked preference for untreated, weathered, or unfinished wood, as it is easier for them to excavate and create tunnels. By painting or varnishing the wood, you create a hard, unappealing barrier that makes it significantly more difficult for these bees to bore into the material. This protective layer can deter them from even considering your home as a potential nesting site. Moreover, it's not just about aesthetics. The right choice of paint or varnish can enhance the durability of your wood, adding an extra layer of protection against the elements. High-quality exterior paint or a weather-resistant varnish is ideal, as these products are designed to withstand the harsh outdoor conditions, further discouraging carpenter bees and prolonging the life of your wooden structures. In addition to painting or varnishing, another strategy to prevent carpenter bee damage is to use hardwoods or composite materials when constructing new outdoor structures. Carpenter bees generally prefer softwoods like cedar, pine, or redwood because they are easier to chew through. By opting for hardwoods such as oak, mahogany, or maple, you can make it considerably more challenging for these bees to excavate their tunnels. Hardwoods are denser and tougher, providing a natural deterrent due to their physical properties. Although hardwoods can be more expensive than softwoods, the investment can pay off in the long run by reducing maintenance costs and preventing potential structural damage caused by carpenter bees. Alternatively, composite materials, which are made from a combination of wood fibers and plastic, offer an excellent solution for those looking to avoid the pitfalls of natural wood altogether. Composites are not only resistant to insect damage, but they are also low maintenance and highly durable, making them an ideal choice for decking, siding, and other outdoor projects. By implementing these prevention strategies, you can effectively safeguard your home from carpenter bee damage and ensure that your wooden exteriors remain intact and aesthetically pleasing. Additionally, these measures can enhance the overall value of your property by maintaining its structural integrity and appearance. It's important to remember that prevention is always more effective and less costly than dealing with the consequences of infestation. Therefore, taking these proactive steps can save you time, money, and stress in the future. As we wrap up this enlightening episode of Bug Busters Pest Pulse, let's take a moment to reflect on the essential insights we've shared about carpenter bee damage and the proactive steps you can take to protect your cherished home. Understanding the importance of early detection and prevention is paramount when it comes to these wood-boring pests. Carpenter bees may seem innocuous at first, but their persistent drilling and nesting habits can lead to significant structural concerns over time. By recognizing the early signs of their activity, those perfectly round holes, the telltale piles of sawdust, and any unusual woodpecker's attention, you can intervene before they create larger problems. It's crucial to remain vigilant and knowledgeable about the vulnerabilities in your home's timber structures. Whether it's your deck, fascia boards, or any other exposed wood, catching these signs early can save you from costly repairs and maintain the integrity of your property. Moreover, we encourage each of you to take a proactive approach to safeguarding your home against potential infestations. Prevention is always better than cure, and there are numerous straightforward measures you can employ to deter these bees. From painting and varnishing untreated wood to considering the use of hardwoods or composite materials for new constructions. These steps can create an unwelcoming environment for carpenter bees. Additionally, sealing existing holes and applying natural deterrents like citrus oil can further protect against these persistent invaders. By taking these actions, you not only preserve the beauty and structural soundness of your home, but also contribute to a broader effort of pest management that benefits everyone. Your home is not just a building, it's a sanctuary, and keeping it safe from carpenter bee damage is a step towards ensuring your peace of mind. We hope this episode has empowered you with the knowledge and confidence to inspect your home regularly for any signs of carpenter bee activity. Remember, a little attention now can prevent larger issues in the future. As we conclude, we'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude for joining us today on Bug Busters Pest Pulse. Your interest and commitment to learning about pest management make all the difference. We are thrilled to have such an engaged and proactive audience, and it's your curiosity and eagerness to learn that drive us to bring valuable insights to each episode. So, as you go about your week, keep an eye out for those buzzing nuisances and take pride in protecting your home. In the words of the great naturalist John Muir, the power of imagination makes us infinite. Let your imagination guide you to create a pest free home. Thank you for listening. And until next time, keep buzzing with curiosity and care.